I don't think I'll be making a part 3 anytime soon.
You agreed to stay away! I lied.
Welcome back everyone. I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't expecting to make a part 3 because I thought I mostly covered everything, but as it seems, I guess not. I would highly recommend going back to watch part 1 and 2 to catch you up to speed on what we've talked about so far. Besides that, let's get into the video, shall we? The first one that I have for us can happen in-game and in the campaign, so it's fitting that we talk about it first. It usually happens with officers. I haven't really seen it happen with minions, so if you have, please tell me in the comments below. Besides that, it usually just officer standing still, randomly in certain locations. I like to think that our officer friends just realize what they're doing in their lives and reconsider their job opportunities, or like the simpler way, they just get depression on the battlefield. Now moving on to the first campaign visual mistake that I found. Randomly, when you look back at this scene from behind, all the minion and officers start jankily, is that a word? I don't know, but just weirdly moving around and going up all over the place, trying to phase in and out of reality. On to the second one, that's surprisingly, well, not really, in the same campaign mission. Then we get to see Tozen sadly die. God bless our man. His blood disappears for some reason. Strange. Maybe he's not dead. Confirmed. Now on to the third one I'd like to talk about. In this scene we get to really see the Conqueror and the Warden's armor just move really weirdly. I'll slow it down so you can see what I mean. For example, like the Conqueror's shield moving up and then back down to place. Besides that, it's really hard to explain what's happening here. On to the fourth one. This one's not really a visual, but it's more of an audio. For some reason Apollyon says this really weird sound, like eh or out of nowhere, and you can tell it's not supposed to be there.
What?
On to another audio mistake that I've found. The Warlord's mouth doesn't move when he's talking in this scene.
Odin's beard.
On to an honorable mention I'd like to talk about. The Warrior Trials. Don't worry if you forget what it is or don't even know what it could be. I didn't, and for some reason I still can't complete it. Besides that, there's just this random beam of light always in this cutscene, and it's always this one, no matter what. I've tried to see if it's just either my frame rate or connection, but no, it's just this cutscene. Now we are moving on to in-game visual mistakes. The first one that I have for us is one that I missed in my latest video, Wasted Potential the Wulin. We can clearly see the Guardian using Warden's sword. As it seems, Ubisoft has not decided to give the Guardian his own weapon, or the Wulin much care in this aspect. Personally, I believe that Ubisoft thought that no one would really care the Guardian using Warden's sword, and I think that they just have given up on the Wulin at this point, so they didn't really need to try with this small detail or other details that I've covered in other videos. I hope everyone enjoyed the video. Please don't forget to leave your comments down below and any suggestions for video ideas or anything that you really have seen that no one talks about and I could cover for you. With that, I did have one viewer recently suggest I do some ideas for the samurai for heroes. I'm not opposed to it, but I'll definitely give it a go. And one last thing I would like to mention is why I started to make this content and why I started to use my voice. I've always seen these details in Ubisoft, especially with For Honor, and like these little mistakes or these little cool things that you can learn, but I just never really saw anyone talk about this. I've always seen people either just doing raw gameplay or tier lists or complaining about heroes or talking about why I played it and why you don't have to. And all the content creators I used to watch have either stopped uploading content or gave up because they just can't deal with the constant pressure of Ubisoft either changing things or going more into fantasy than realistic, or just going over the place with everything. So I thought, you know, if they can't do it, maybe I should try. And thank you for everyone's support recently, good and bad. It's really helping me get better with making this type of content, so thank you for everything. And I do hope, you know, you find me somewhat enjoyable and you stick around for the long run. I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I'll see you in the next video.